Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. How are you doing? Season 7 of Fortnite Battle Royale is coming to a close, so now's a good time to look back at the Easter eggs, those cultural references, and some in-game events which brought the community closer together. Well, until Apex Legends turned up. Quickly move on. Season 7 started over the Christmas period, on December 6th, 2018, running until the winter season ended on February 28th, 2019. The theme was You Better Watch Out, which in itself is an Easter egg to the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town. The introductory video for the new season used a pseudo stop-motion animation effect to look like old festive children's TV movies. The most obvious is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, first released in 1964. But it's been rerun every Christmas ever since. The Battle Pass once again gave us a bounty to grind for, with many items referencing pop culture. Kicking off right away with the multi-leveled character Lynx. The character was immediately claimed by streamer Kitty Plays, who bears a striking resemblance to Lynx. She goes for those cat-eared hats. Generally she has the same clothing, and even the glasses match up to hers, so you can understand this reaction. I think she has the right to hyperventilate here.
I'm literally peeing my pants as we speak right now.
Pardon? I hope she means figuratively, because if not, that is nasty. As the Lynx character evolves, she takes on the armour effects of Marvel's Black Panther, a movie about superheroes. But look at that mask that she has. It's inspired by the mask of the Predator. It even has the braided ponytail in the same style as Predator's dreadlocks. One more final layer to the costume nods to the DC universe. The unlockable emote Cat Flip is in homage to Catwoman from the 1992 version of Batman. Meow. Meow. If you've watched my videos for a while, you know that I've always wanted a hamster pet for a back bling. We only bloody got it in Season 7. Look at this little cute bugger. And it gets better, he's available in hot pink. Awesome or what? Moving on. The abominable snowman known as Trog was released in the Season 7 Battle Pass. He's another nod to the stop frame animation we talked about earlier. Not only that, but his bug-eyed look from taking a fall in those TV movies is represented almost perfectly in Fortnite. Oh, and one of the key places in that story, the Yeti's Cave, is lovingly recreated in Fortnite, a reference to 1964. Pretty damn impressive. The Battle Pass introduced something players have asked for a long time, weapon skins known as wraps. Sadly there's no hot pink option, but beggars can't be choosers I suppose. Epic, if you're listening, come on, sort it out. At the moment, it's only me and Brett the Hitman Hart who's repping pink. We need help. I need to stop the video here. There's been an update whilst I'm making this video. Hot pink wraps are on the way. But the strangest thing is, they are designed to replicate WWE wrestler Brett the Hitman Hart's attire. Even his broken heart wings are in the design. Anyway, back to the video. New mechanics were introduced in Season 7, which, I'll be honest, I hated with a passion. The bloody storm wings that could ram structures and fly away unharmed caused many people to take a break from Fortnite. On a personal level, hopefully they will be taken out in a future update, but each to their own, maybe you love them. Season 7 also gave us zip lines for quick travel, and for a brief period of time, a sword became available to murder everyone. It didn't last too long, but for a brief period of time, something more powerful than Thanos existed in Fortnite. So, does that sword remind you of anything? Yeah, it is indeed the Infinity Blade from that game I can't remember the title of. Sorry, bad joke. Sadly, this does tie into the iOS game being removed from the App Store in December 2018 due to updating issues for new tech. Its last hurrah was in Fortnite. Lifting the embedded sword is taken from an old romanticised story of King Arthur, and the iconic moment he pulled out the sword from the stone. Oh, that reminds me, the pose that you hit when lifting that slab of steel, that's the pose Luke Skywalker hits on the 1977 Star Wars poster, complete with bolts of light. One more huge Easter egg in the Battle Pass, and it arrives at tier 100. The Ice King. He shares many similarities to Roblox characters, which is a great way to get those players to move over to Fortnite, but any World of Warcraft veteran will recognise the Ice King as the Lich King from that saga. He ties into the story big time, involving the prisoner too, so hold on, let's put a pin in that and we'll quickly look at the map updates during Season 7.
You crazy mother...
So the new season brought over a freaking iceberg to smash into the island. This changed huge portions, making the island bigger in the process. Flush Factory was obliterated, left in ruins, and replaced with Happy Hamlet, a little European town using many assets from Save the World. The snow froze many areas of the map, including the waterfall at Viking Valhalla, and completely submerged Greasy Grove under a block of ice. By the way, how cool does it look in the Outward Bound store after smashing the walls? freaking brilliant touch. The chair sculpture above yonder yard became a sleigh over Season 7, and at the other side of the map, the architect's house changed from wood to brick. Maybe in future seasons, it'll finally be completed. Up in the same region, we were introduced to the block, which gave creators a chance to be featured in the game. I'm gutted to say Risky Reels was deleted from existence in that process. Let's start a petition. Bring back Risky Reels, or we riot. A random turtle appeared above Lonely Lodge, and all the corrupted areas from last season began to grow over. We even had another restaurant join the food fight, this time an ice cream parlour over by the track. Back down in the snow, a hidden bunker was found mirroring the one in Wailing Woods. Maybe a fast travel point for next season? We shall see. A yellow submarine surfaced too, in homage to the Beatles. Ask your grandma about them, she'll love them. Other new content brought us explorer outposts around the island. Rock sculptures appeared, and faces could be found hidden in the world. Many resembled Pokemon characters, but I think that was coincidental. And, guttingly, the castle above Haunted Hills began to crumble. My safe, easy win landing spot is no more. Speaking of destruction, the building in Tilted Towers, you know, the one that is destroyed more times than Fortnite gets sued. It finally has a permanent residence, a TV station no less, complete with hulking satellite. Now we have a reason to keep an eye on the TVs around the world. But let's be serious for a moment, those earthquakes will likely destroy that building yet again. And I can't wait. Now we have everything in place, we can look at the story of Season 7, but just before we do that, I wanted to take a moment to get these legends on screen. They used code Adamaru in the shop, which has made this video possible. This wouldn't be here without those people. Honestly, I know I say this a lot, but without you guys, I am nothing. Thank you so much for supporting me. Right before I start crying, let's move on to the story of Season 7. The story loading screens depict the new explorers to the island doing exactly that, exploring, with Zenith searching for the abominable snowman. Lynx is seen designing weaponry and costumes, which may have been distributed by Santa and his robots during week 3. One of those gifts happens to be a hoverboard, which sadly never appeared in Season 7, but we have hope it may come soon. Week 5 showed us that the Yeti was happily in hiding before our attentions were once again taken back to the food fight, which rumbled on for seasons. Check out the Pizza Pit character spying in the background. Week 7 is where things became interesting. The Ice King was suddenly awakened by the thawing ice. His plan was pretty simple, to freeze the entirety of the island. Gathering up his strength, he cocooned himself in a sphere of ice. But before he could execute that plan, the snow around Polar Peak melted just enough to let us see inside the castle. Evidence of an argument could be seen in the courtroom, a chair flung on the ground, and mysterious symbols upon each chair. In the dungeon, a shocking sight could be witnessed. A frozen prisoner lay dormant. The Ice King attempted to freeze the entire island once he had enough power, and it looked like this. He also summoned the Ice Legions, which kept us all on our toes, but it was already too late for the Ice King. The prisoner had escaped. Slowly, he regained his strength, which looks to be fire in nature. First, he unlocked his abilities by taking off those shackles, then he thawed the island again, evolving his fire appearance, banishing the husks once again. As the season draws to a close, the prisoner looks to restore balance. But what will happen next? I think we're getting a volcano. I'll explain more in another video, but for now, let's just stick with the facts. But I would absolutely love to know what you think's going to happen next. So I've said the Ice King is a take on the Lich King from World of Warcraft. Did you know that in that story, the Lich King held a character called Bolvar Fordragon Prisoner? And when you look at his character art, it's easy to see the similarities. In WoW, Fordragon was a loyal paladin dedicated to taking down the Horde and the Scourge. But during a battle, Bolvar dies to a Horde gas attack. But moments before his death, the Red Dragon uses fire to cleanse the area. Now dead, he's imprisoned by the Lich King, who tortures him in his icy lair. Long story short, the Alliance kills the Lich King, but the kicker is that there always needs to be a Lich King, an Ice King. So Bolvar, now infused with the Red Dragon's heat, sits atop of the ice throne, sworn to keep balance in the lands with its uncorruptible soul. Dragon then covers himself in eternal ice, never to be wakened again. You can definitely see where the influence has come from, but it's bloody interesting, isn't it? And to finish up at Polar Peak, in the dungeon area are many tools of torture which back up this story, but hidden away are these dragon eggs. This looks to be another Game of Thrones reference, and the dragon eggs seen in the dungeons in the castle down in King's Landing, and we all know what happens when they finally make contact with fire. It's meme time! There's only one meme this season. It was in the Battle Pass, the F icon. Calling for Fs in chat is something which we've seen seemingly forever, but it all began life thanks to Call of Duty and this scene in which the player has to press F to pay respects to a fallen comrade. Let's finish with item shop, Easter eggs and references. During a challenge late in the season, the Stormwings play Ride of the Valkyries. This was popularised by the movie Apocalypse Now and is synonymous with flights going into battle. The ground pound emote is a homage to all superhero landings. My favourite is this in Deadpool.
Woo! Superhero landing! Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
The showstopper emote is an old reference to a sketch from Chris Farley trying out to be in the Chippendales, who are male strippers by the way. Chris has the perfect body, look at the definition. The Marsh Walk tribute to Marshmello includes John Cena's calling card, You Can't See Me. A Frozen princess was added mid-season in homage to yet another Disney property, Frozen. Late on in the season, it was possible to unlock Little Gingy, based on the gingerbread character in Shrek, especially the bloody annoying voice. This bobbing emote is taken from Will Ferrell's iconic head bobbing dance from Saturday Night Live, a sketch which became a film called Night at the Roxbury. The final update to the season gave us a character design to look like Hugh Hefner. He was the founder of Playboy magazine and had a lifestyle about sharing the love. He iconically wore red robes with either a captain's sailing hat or a trilby, and now he's a llama in Fortnite. Hey, we did it! And to finish off, there are a few more things that happened in Season 7 we all saw in the new year together, do you remember? And one of the first fully online concerts happened with marshmello returning to Fortnite, gigging to over 10 million people. Sadly, I can't use the music for copyright reasons, so here's my music instead. Yeah, this is better. And that was Season 7 in a nutshell. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please think about using my code Adamaru in the Fortnite shop, and in return, I will continue to cover Fortnite. Does that sound like a good deal? Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.